I carried my own coffin and smiled. They told me it was over. They told me to dig my own grave. They handed me a coffin built not from wood, but from every betrayal, every scar, every whispered doubt. Most people weep when they face the end. Most people tremble when they see the darkness wrapping around them. But not me. I lifted the coffin onto my back. Every failure, every wound, every broken piece of my soul. Yes, step, mile by mile, with a smile carved across my face like a scar they couldn't erase. Because they thought the coffin meant death. They never understood. It meant freedom. I wasn't dying. I was being reborn. All right? They speak of death like it's something to fear. But death is just a doorway for those strong enough to kick it open. The truth is, I died 1,000 deaths long before they ever built that coffin. Every time they doubted me, every time they laughed at my dreams, every time they betrayed me, abandoned me, left me for dead. Each time, a part of me was buried. But not weakly, not broken. Planted, like a seed clawing its way through dirt, waiting for the right moment to shatter the earth and rise. Real death isn't the body falling into a hole. Real death is giving up when the world demands your surrender. And that was the one thing I would never offer. I carried my coffin, not because I had lost. I carried it because I had survived, and surviving when the world wants you dead. That's the real victory. The coffin wasn't made overnight. It was built from every dream they told me was impossible. Every failure they laughed at. Every sleepless night spent battling demons nobody else could see. Hammered together by betrayal, sealed with rejection, nailed shut by loneliness. They thought they were burying me. Every insult, every setback, another plank added, another nail driven. What they didn't know was this. I was watching. I was waiting. I was growing stronger. Each time they hammered me down, I grew harder. Each time they spat in my face, my grin grew wider. They thought they were hurting me. Yeah, I thought they were breaking me. But they were forging me into something they could never control. Something not bound by their rules. Something they would fear. When the time came, there's something beautiful about standing at your own funeral. That's a smiling group. I wasn't mourning the life they thought I lost. I was celebrating the life I was about to claim. They came to watch me fall. They came to watch the final nail driven into the coffin. And instead, they witnessed something they could never have predicted. They saw me carry my coffin on my shoulders, light as a feather. They saw the man they tried to kill laugh in their faces. You see, the smile wasn't weakness. It wasn't denial. It was defiance. It was triumph. I smiled because I knew something they didn't. I wasn't the one being buried. Their doubts, their jealousy, their cowardice, all of it was crumbling to dust while I stood, alive, unbroken, reborn, for a story. They thought they had written the final chapter of my story, but I was just sharpening my pen. Carrying the coffin changed me. Pain. It burned away the fear. It ripped out the weakness. It taught me a simple truth. If you walk through hell carrying your own death, nothing can touch you. The darkness they tried to drown me in, I swallowed it. I became it. Now when fear whispers, I laugh. Now when pain claws at me, I welcome it like an old friend. Now when death comes calling, I invite him to sit and watch as I keep walking forward. Because once you have carried your own coffin, once you have smiled in the face of your own end, There is nothing left in this world that can defeat you. I no longer fear being broken. I no longer fear being alone. I no longer fear death itself. I have outlived them all. I've reached the place they told me would be my grave. I placed the coffin down gently, not out of sadness, but out of respect. It had carried all my old selves. The scared child, the betrayed friend, the forgotten dreamer. It wasn't burying my past. It was honoring you. Every scar, every failure, every loss. They weren't weights holding me down. They were wings lifting me higher. I smiled one last time at the coffin, the symbol of everything I had outlived, and I turned my back on it. I didn't need it anymore. I didn't need anyone's approval anymore. I didn't need their validation, their applause, their acceptance. I was free. Free to chase a destiny bigger than anything they could imagine. Free to become the monster they feared, the legend they whispered about, the storm they could never stop. I carried my coffin, and now I walk without it, not because I'm afraid of death, but because I am death to my limits. They will tell stories about me. They will whisper about the man who carried his own coffin and smiled, the one who defied fate, the one who turned betrayal into power, the one who turned death into rebirth. And when they do, remember this: the weight you carry is not your curse. It's your weapon. Smile at the ones who doubt you. Smile at the ones who bury you. Smile at the ones who build your coffin. And when the time comes, carry it with pride, because you are not the one being buried. You are the one who will rise.